post any photos
Just for Japan. It's for a Japanese record company that it's been done.
Is it for a particular single?
No, they're just promotion photographs.
There's, this is the whole band here, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Right. John, the bass player.
Hi. How are you?
And this is Andy, the guitarist.
Hi, Andy.
This is Roger.
Hi.
I'm the singer.
You're the singer?
Yeah.
The band's been together about 2.5 years now, in various lineups.
You played around gigs in London and built yourself up?
Well, we're from Birmingham actually, but we're just down in London a lot because the record company's down here and we've been doing the promotional shots down in London today and yesterday. So that's why we're here.
What kind of, see, a lot of the basis of this film is a lot of the problems that small bands have trying to make it in this country.
Well,
because there's so many.
What we did was we decided right from the start that we wanted to go for a big company because I think small record labels, you don't get through to enough people. We just needed all the big finance to do what we wanted to do with the album, record it in a big studio with the right producer and get all the right artwork and everything like that. So we just did gigs in smaller places until we got the companies interested and they came and saw us. And then we had them sort of battling it out and we eventually signed to EMI.
The music you play, is it in any way related to the social environment that goes on here in England? Are you trying to make a statement?
Yeah, we're trying to say let's have some fun. And that's it. No, nothing else at all, really.
You know, it's just good times music, you know.
There's no political views behind it or anything.
Political bands with political messages who get up on their soapboxes and preach to people. Well, I mean, that's been going on now for about 4 or 5 years, and it's getting really boring. And people have to go to concerts and dances, and they go there to suffer. And we've got sick of that, so we think that people should go and have fun.
So your approach is basically, you're approaching it not such a serious group.
Well, we're serious about the music and about everything that we do with it, but we don't need to bring political views into it. I don't think it's not such a social thing. It's just a band that's entertainment. People can go and watch us and have fun when they come to the gigs and listen to the records and everything, because it's basically dance music as well. So it's just much more fun.
It's working?
It's more escapism rather than commenting on what's going on. It's more forgetting about what's going on and purely having a good time, as he says. Cool.
And it's working.
Yes, it's working.
Sex.
You said an interesting point before that you didn't want to go with a small label.
No.
Right with the large.
Well, that's right. I mean, at the moment we're releasing records on the continent and places like that as well. If we'd signed somebody like, say, Rough Trade, they don't even exist in the continent. So it's not much good, really. I mean, we're going to do the States. We're on Capital in the States. We're going to the States before the end of the year, and Japan.
The album's out in
it's
the States in
worldwide.
May, I think, isn't it?
That's right.
Do you think there's a change in the direction music has gone in the past 5 years in Britain, London?
Certainly Britain, yeah. I mean, like,
Why do you think
there was a lot of there was a lot of glam rock in sort of '75, you know, bands like Gary Glitter and the Sweet. There's also the big mega bands, and then sort of '76, '77, it all turned upside down, and you had the punk thing. That cut everything back down to basics, and now the industry's just building itself back up the way it was, you know.
Are you part of that movement?
Yeah, very definitely.
Yeah, we're sort of part of that movement, but we're really a band on our own. We don't, we're not like any other band as such, I wouldn't say. There are certain elements, like the fashion element of the band, which could be compared to the scene that's going on at the moment, but nothing else really. The music is just our own, and it's very individual.
what is that? Brings up an interesting question. What is the? How does that fashion play a role? Clothing.
Well, we just take everything as a whole.
That's right. We believe in putting the music over and putting the visual side over. And when we do a show, we don't just stand up on stage and look like we're rehearsing like some bands do. We put on a show. And yeah, everything's important, the whole thing. You know, we're entertainers, not just musicians.
What is there a category of the music you play? What would you put in?
I don't like to put our music into any category. It's just for people to listen to. We're a very individual band, and to say we sounded like somebody else would be rubbish. It's just totally incorrect. There's no other band I can think of that sounds like us.
Yeah, a very positive attitude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the only way to be, really.
What, a second ago I was talking about that you generally agree that there was a change in the past 5 years, 10 years in music. But what do you think brought on those changes?
I think it goes in cycles, really. I mean, the punk thing was about 5 years ago. That was like a cycle. And then 5 years before that, there was the glam thing. And then just before 1970, there was the hippie thing. And now it's just a new bands.
Yeah, it's just when things get apathetic, you know, things change. Probably 2 years' time it'll change again when things get apathetic.
What do you think influences your music?
The whole of the 70s, really. We were brought up on 70s music.
Sex and alcohol.
Really?
Does drugs and alcohol play a part?
Not drugs, not alcohol. We don't drink and take drugs. We really don't. Honestly, God.
Is music?
Well, only once. Oh, that was this time.
Is music? I mean, now that you, so to speak, made it on a big label, is music fun anymore?
Yeah, it wasn't for a long time, but you know, we're trying to make it a lot more fun than it was before, and we know that it can be fun. Because when I was a kid, it was really good fun to go and see a band, and then somewhere along the line, somebody thought, well, you've got to learn from it. It's got to be educational. It's got to mean something, and that took all the fun out of it. So that's what we're doing. We're trying to get a bit of fun back into it, you know.
We'll pack it in. We'll stop doing it.
That's
what
what
we're doing it
entertainment
for.
thing's about, really, just so that everybody can enjoy it.
Business is no problem, you know. That's why we've got managers and record companies. That's their thing, you know. We just go write the songs and sing them. You know, that's what everybody.
We're all
We're all right. It's very democratic down here in Britain.
Music's supposed to be fun
Yeah.
in America, though, isn't it?
Yes,
It is.
it is.
You know, you didn't get onto sort of the soapbox bit, did you?
It hasn't gone on to such a social extreme
No.
as a lot of the bands here.
Yeah, we see.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what happened. I mean, a lot of the places in the States and in Japan, it didn't. The showbiz and entertainment, in the purest sense, has always remained. Whereas over here, we did start to get away from it. A lot of the bands were geared much towards clubs as opposed to larger venues or whatever, and putting on a show. And I think we're getting back to that, in that we were influenced by a lot of bands from the early 70s. That's what we grew up on. And this band is more about what we would enjoy if we were kids, I think, you know, what we would enjoy going to see. We're not interested in making any statement at all. I mean, the lyrics are meaningful in ways, but not social commentaries, you know.
Okay, thanks for your time.
Yes.
We'll take care of